Hi, this is Trista of Trista and the Edibles, and I wanted to show you some improvements I've been making to the garden. That's one of them. I see that peace thumble back, that Chinese style couch, and it's actually giant cane and looks like bamboo to give kind of like a scholarly atmosphere and places to sit. But as you know, I'm opening up this courtyard in here, and thanks to my neighbor, gave me these tubs I can grow things in and use to make pools. And here's another. This is kind of like the Chinese style area of the garden, and I'm gonna make like we call it like a bridge of whispers. Believe it's called, for the chickens back there, and make and then raise that pagoda, and then they would go underneath it. They would go into the bridge. So I thought that would look nice, and I'm redoing my booty garden here. Using aloe, which is a relative of lilies and onions, actually. Maybe like the concept of 1,000 lotuses in front of the Buddha. And I've torn down some of the wall because the Buddha wants to be free. And but planning to open up a line here of fencing, cattle fencing, and then chicken wire on top of that. So their enclosure will be more than doubled, and it will include this beautiful olive tree. I put this kind of interesting birdhouse in there. I think it looks neat. And maybe I'll trim these up and try to grow these olives. Since apparently olives grow so well, I'd love to have an olive grove. It's one of my favorite foods. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, to build up a place I can grow more things on top of. I've created more growing space here. Just about to water, some potting area, and I've got pinto beans and cherry tomatoes, and trying to propagate some olives. These are some peppers, and as many mesquites as possible. I didn't know there are actually many types of mesquite, but back here. So yeah, this I'm going to build up this wall. That's what I'm doing with these. I'm going to put a couple of those on the side. It's got holes so I can see out and air can flow better. And this will hopefully start to grow on top of here, and so then it will be a real greenhouse. Got some like globe mallow begonias that survived, when these guys were free range. So I've been they seem a lot happier now that I've had to kind of separate the two young uns from the hens every day, because they kind of pick on them too much, don't you girls? And they're like ninjas. They can get out of here in the morning. And that's Mr. Fuzzy. Mr. Fuzzy do. Oh, these are my chicks. These are my lovely chicks. This is Fudgy and Perchy. Fudgy is the dark, beautiful crow-looking girl. And Perchy's my mini Rocky. Right, aren't you, darling? And so, yeah, they have some pretty nice real estate here. Mr. Fuzzy is looking maybe for place to settle down for the night. He usually, I put up these pieces of wood. It's more natural than some other, they like the wood, I can tell. They just look a lot more comfortable on it. There's more to grab, right? It's kind of like traction. Anyway, and So Mr. Fezzi, his wings, unfortunately, I made a mistake of clipping his wings. I wouldn't do it again. I'm sorry, Fezzi, Mr. Fezzi, about that. You know, if I hurt your spirits as well, sorry about that. But yeah, he likes that. I put a lower branch for him to get. He seems to be okay with that. The other problem I'm still trying to find a solution to is, you know, they've been eating our eggs. You know, I feed them corn and some high protein, good stuff. It's kind of expensive, as well as kitchen scraps. Don't you love those, like kiwi scraps, darlings? Right? Chickies? Yeah. Rocky said yeah. And so, yeah, and look at this beautiful view you've got. Wow. So I tried to, I put this for shades. This, I don't know, what do you call it? Cheesecloth. It's not really cheesecloth. For shades. And this for these sheets for color. Some beautiful peacock blues. Got some peacocks coming. And there's this other insulation material. Because winter's coming, right, ladies? And Mr. Fezzi gets along great. Pheasants. This is a silver pheasant. They get along great with other birds, right? Nary a fight or battle or a what do you call it? A skin your knees, knee skinning. Anyway, so I hope that explains all your questions about. You know, I'm trying to create a humane as well as aesthetically pleasing bird enclosure that's safe from all predators, and as well as it's protecting my garden, because they, you know, that was the lesson I had to learn, that they have to be behind chicken wire, and they need what, like 4 square feet a piece. But now my issue is how to integrate their nest, and so that they seem to have acquired a taste for their eggshells. So they've been starting to eat them unless I can see. Maybe I'll put them under surveillance, so that I can maybe try to catch the eggs faster, because I do like my hard-boiled egg sandwiches and my omelets. So, you know, breakfast is my favorite part of the day. So, and I've got basil, 2 different types of basil here. There's the Genovese basil and the Taiwan basil, which I've donated some towards the Pima County Seed Library. Anyway, so do you guys have anything else to say? Not really? Okay. Well, anyway, so have a blessed evening, and anything else? Yeah, please do sign out my move-on petitions to immediately impeach and remove the president, for all of our safety, basically. And the other one is to vote for me to run for governor. Sign my nominating petition. Okay, to sign my nominating petition, I need about 3,600 plus signatures. And if you're a Republican and you like my platform ideas, which are on my Facebook and Twitter sites, then I'm looking for endorsements. Everybody's endorsements, even GOP, everybody, felons. You know, I have a separate page. I'm collecting those signatures as well, because you know, when I win, they'll be invited. Everybody's going to be invited to my victory party at the governor's mansion, and you know, then after the first day, which I'm going to free hundreds of thousands of prisoners, marijuana prisoners, in our cluttering up our prisons today. So, and then expunge their records and pardon them. And also I'm going to give refunds. People will get refunds from having paid the exorbitant $2,500 plus fines for even minor possession of marijuana, that's an outrage. Anyway, so and I also encourage you to run with me. Run with me. Run for another seat. Run for city mayor. Is there anybody good running for city mayor? I'm run for sheriff. I might run for sheriff myself one day. You need only about 880 signatures, and for the county, I'm out in the county, so I'm telling you this in hopes that other good people watching this will also run for office, so we can truly take back our country, in a good sense of the way. And it's time for us, I think people are starting to wake up. Daily Show, Trevor Noah, and Stephen Colbert, that's all enlightened and democracy now, of course. That's a staple. That's about all that, enlightened American citizens can rely on in terms of news these days. But that all can be changed. All we have to do is just say no and vote to, make those 20 Republicans or whatever vote to impeach him too, and then it's gone, and great, and then we'll get health care, man. We'll get health care, and Bernie and Elizabeth Warren, that's all we need. It's all we need. And I encourage a Warren and Sanders ticket. That's my dream ticket. Anyway, so this is a bit long, but thanks for hanging on. If you have any comments, please do leave them below, and suggestions from a campaign. By the way, I'm not accepting campaign donations. Thank you for all of you who offered to give me campaign donations, but no thank you, because I believe that politics and money should not mix. Okay, anyway, have a great day. Bye.